Shanti Pereira and Syahidah Alim.
Did you ever get bored of running?
You know the amount of times I get asked this question?
The doctor said, I think you need to retire from the sport.
Did you also beat your sister in track and field? This is your Daily Ketchup. Boom. So the Asian Games and Asian Para Games wrapped up not too long ago, and today we're speaking to not one, but two national athletes, Shanti Pereira and Syahidah Alim. Welcome to the show!
Thank you.
Why is she laughing?
In the house.
What, they don't announce you like that in the games?
This one is MMA.
I do get some influence from that, yeah. So just in case you might not know, let's just give some brief history on both of these national athletes. Veronica Shanti Pereira, 27 years old. I did too much research. I don't want to make it go to waste. She won Singapore's first Asian Games gold medal in 49 years for the 200-meter dash, along with a silver in the 100 meters. Yes, at the recent 19 Asian Games in Hangzhou, which took place from 20th of September to 8 October 2023. You also hold the national records for the 100 meter at 11.2 seconds, 200 meter, 22.57 seconds, and the SEA Games record for 200 meter, 22.69 seconds, and Asian Athletics Championship Games record for 200
It's the breathing for me.
The catching your breath.
So many records?
I don't know.
And right next to her is Nur Syahidah Alim. She is the first female archer to represent Singapore at the Paralympic Games. And she won the silver medal at the 4th Asian Para Games, also in Hangzhou, which took place from 22nd October to 28 October. She also won the gold medal at the 2015, 2017 and 2022 editions of the ASEAN Para Games. And you also won the gold medal at the 2019 World Archery Para Championships, making you the first Singaporean world champion in para archery.
Damn.
Did I get it all correct?
Oh yeah, all good.
Actually, you missed out 4 medals.
There was so much more actually. I really had to kind of dumb it down, but yeah. So let's maybe start with Syahidah.
Yep.
As a para athlete, right? Maybe we could just find out a bit more about your condition.
So my condition is called cerebral palsy. It makes it difficult for me to move around, as well as the able person would. So things like running or even cycling is actually a challenge for me. Yeah. So when you see me shooting at the shooting line, I actually shoot sitting on a stool because I can't stand for too long.
So it mainly affects your legs, is it?
It affects my legs more. Yeah. But that being said, I'm still able to do things independently.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, so basically, it's as if like I'm still doing things as a normal person. It's just that I'm doing things a little slower.
Something that I found quite interesting is that at least the backstory I found on Wikipedia, I don't know whether accurate,
Wiki.sg.
but is that you went to a disability expo.
Yep.
And then that's kind of how you discovered archery.
Yeah.
So first of all, can you tell me what is a disability expo?
Yeah, I also want to ask that.
Can you give us a story of like how what happened there?
Yeah, so I only got to know about archery when I was 18 years old. And there was this expo called the Singapore Disability Sport Expo that at that time was organised by SDSC, the Singapore Disability Sports Council.
Wikipedia missed out a very key word in this expo.
Yeah, so basically the entire expo, they showcase all the para sports that's happening in Singapore. So I was very curious on what's going on. I went in, I tried all the sports like para badminton, sailing. And
What do you mean try?
How do you try sailing
you can
Like they let you play or
Simulator kind of thing.
It's not really a stimulator, but they have like the actual boat itself. But I can't get into the boat, so that's a no-go. I tried para badminton, but I can't move around too much. And then there's another station, para archery. So I tried with the arrows and the bow, and it was my first time. I never touched.
Well, your first time, I heard that the bow when you pull, right, it's like a 18 kg kind of.
It's actually for beginners. So
from
it's
Decathalon one
at that time, not Decathalon. Yeah. So it was a wooden bow, and it was for beginners. So it's very light.
Right.
But I felt a sense of achievement because all my arrows actually went to the center of the board.
You instant bullseye on
Yeah.
your
Oh my
first try.
Yeah.
How near the target?
It was like
Tried it before, it's damn bloody difficult.
It was like about 10 to 13 meters.
Whoa, that's like
quite
further
far.
than
That's
that
quite
wall.
far.
Yeah. And it was my first time. And then the officer was like saying, hey, do you want to try out para archery?
Instant
Yeah,
talent.
I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, so I figured if I want to do a sport that is unique for me, I want to do something that is totally different. So I got to know that archery is at the time was very popular with the guys because, you know, bow, weapon. Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of girls participated in archery at the
Right,
time.
right.
So I wanted to do something that's unique for me. So I decided, okay, archery is the thing.
So you actually went there with the objective of finding a sport to take on.
I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
Just
just
one day,
curious.
just, you know.
Yeah, I was like, I got some time. Okay, let's go in and try everything. And yeah,
Just curious. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious the world champion.
We actually like had EP259 on the show a few episodes back, and so she was mentioning something about the classifications of para athletes, and according to the Wikipedias, you are a W3 athlete.
oh wow,
Yeah.
you guys got a lot of research from Wikipedia.
You never tell anyone why. How they find out.
Teachers will not be proud about this sourcing.
Okay, for archery, right? It's a simple classification. There's only two classes. One is open, and the other one is W1, so it's wheelchair. Before we even debut in a competition, we have to go through a classification with a panel of all the medical experts. And then from there, they will decide based on our condition and our level of strength and motor skill, whether we are categorized as an open category or as a W1 category. The good thing about archery is that it is an adaptive sport. So for those people who are actually in the open class, we are able to actually compete in able competitions as well. Yeah.
So have you?
There's no need to separate lah, actually.
It's separate. Still need to separate, but for myself, I'm able to actually compete in able competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you all have a pre-game ritual? Because I read that like certain people, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Like when he step onto the pitch, he have to step with his right foot, that kind. Like has to be that specific foot. Then so you can see like there are videos of him where he almost forgets, right? Then you see right at the edge of the field, then he will, whoa, then he switch to the correct foot to go in. It's true.
You should know. You should have known.
There are
which foot to
super weird ones.
There
So
are
then,
more weird ones.
Like Michael Jordan has to wear a fresh pair of shoes every time, right?
what?
Something like that.
Every time before he
Serena
play or
Williams
something,
has to tie her shoes in
Oh,
a
yes.
very exact way, and LeBron James tosses a handful of chalk in the air before every game. So the question is, do you guys have any pre-game rituals?
Not really. I mean, okay, I do have like a lucky like set of hair ties that I use lah. If you count that as pre-game rituals,
So if you forget to bring, you'll be stressed.
a bit lah. Yeah, but like cannot forget lah. You know. And I always drink coffee lah before a race. Yeah, I don't know if you consider that. And
Like
I
you
must
have
have
to.
a specific pot, like an espresso pot that I drink.
Yeah, this one's my Nespresso.
I'm not. Like, I was just telling like
Nespresso, what
someone.
you're doing? The pot to keep Shanti Pereira going.
Telling someone like, okay, you know, there's this like portable espresso
yes, the
machine.
one
It's
that you
called there's a few versions, but mine is called like Nanopresso or something. So one
Wait,
you can
don't
use
say
like.
the brand already. Don't say the brand.
Okay, sorry, whatever. There's an adapter we can put like the pots in. So I made sure I bought that so I can have my pots when I'm anywhere in the world. Yeah. I think after a while I kept bringing the same pot with me and like, you know, okay lah.
Actually, what flavor can tell or not? Then maybe I can
I don't
run faster.
know. I don't know.
Oh, you don't
It
know?
used to be. I don't know. I go by color.
So what color, I guess?
It used to be like yellow with like tigery stripes, but now changed already. It's like gold only.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go find it at NTUC
Yeah.
the next time I
Okay.
go.
How about you?
Find the pots in NTUC. You have to go to the shop.
I always want my
This whole thing is an ad for Nespresso. Yeah. Seriously, what the hell is going on?
I'm really trying.
your
Okay?
nearest
I'm really
Ion
trying. But you can't find it at NTUC. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, what product you want to plug?
Yeah.
Okay, so my pre-game ritual, I do have a series of things I would do.
Okay,
Series of things like stretching, listening to
no, but in a very specific way.
Stretching.
Okay.
Yeah. I love listening to music.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got iPod song, huh?
Yeah,
Music
because
is a big thing, yeah.
especially for major games, sometimes the journey from the athlete's village to the range can be very far. The one in China was like 1 hour.
Oh.
It was a 1 hour bus drive.
So far.
Yeah.
This is whole playlist
Why
really,
didn't they just put the village next to the
And you can imagine that the competition starts in the morning, so I have to wake up very early in the morning
Right.
to eat breakfast and then
Stretch.
stretch and at the bus just listen to music. Yeah, I have my own playlist.
Is there a very specific list of songs that you must listen to?
I like fast beats music. Yeah, the one that quite a lot. Sometimes explicit ones as well.
Whoa,
Name one explicit song, please. My God.
Then we just below.
I want to know. Hold up! Comment gold medal in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get back to the episode.
Let's go.
Like maybe Kanye West. Yeah.
Must finish the song or not? Or if like halfway suddenly cut off the
I mean, it depends on whether the bus.
The bus stop. She's just the bus stop.
Yeah, but I do love to listen to those high beats music. It really keeps the blood pumping. And then when you go to the shooting line, it's like, yeah, I'm ready.
Like you're still hearing the song inside your
I will still hear it inside my head. And then I will do like more stretching. I was like, okay, yeah, still there.
Fast beat.
It's like I'm ready to kill.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, what? She actually can because she archery.
Aiming for the.
But according to the beat.
So Shanti, what's the best song to listen to before a 100-meter sprint?
Wow.
Harder,
Too many
better,
to
faster,
choose.
stronger.
That's actually in my playlist. Yeah, strongest in my playlist.
Oh, all of them got the word running in the title one, is it?
Actually, no. I think it depends lah. Like different people kind of like different vibes. Like some people like very specific to track kind of songs. Some people like EDM.
What is a very specific to track?
Like got running inside the title
Running
or
up
like
the hill.
there's a song called Sprinter. Like people like listen to that kind of song. Yeah, but I listen to like more like R&B, hip hop kind of thing.
Does the tempo of the music affect your pace?
I mean, I'm not listening to it while I'm running lah. So
You cannot listen to music.
They should have done still.
Oh no, not during the race lah. Like when you're training all this.
no, so I only use it because my warm up takes about 1 hour. Whoa. And then it involves different things. So like there's a jog, there's some like dynamic stretches, there's like when I do some drills. So all that I can listen to my music.
Okay.
But then once I start doing like a few practice block starts, then that's when I take it out lah. Because I
Right.
don't want to be distracted by.
Actually, right, I'm struggling with my IPPT, right? Are there any tips
Like-
and tricks to run faster? Like legit?
The 2.4.
Yeah.
Because I
Or
cannot
yours
help
is
you.
specific
Yeah, she shot D.
I
No, I
shot
can do
D.
like 200, 200, 200.
Okay, if I really want to catch a
I cannot
bus,
help you.
If I really
If
want
you
to
wanna
catch a bus,
Yeah, like other secrets.
the bus stop 50 meters away and I need to go
work
for
on
it.
your form,
Like your posture.
your posture.
Okay, never mind, too difficult.
Yeah.
I give up. Thanks, man, never mind.
It's too much to be a national athlete.
Okay, if I want to shoot somebody,
I shouldn't be saying this.
But you will be beat up.
But train your arms.
can you really buy a bow and arrow? Like, how do you even get one?
You can get one, bows and arrows and all the equipments. You can just get them at the archery shop. Yeah, or you can get it at Decathalon, which is like the basic ones as well. Yeah.
You can buy a bow and arrow at Decathalon.
Yeah,
Like
you
a
can.
real arrow.
Like
Pointed arrow.
there probably I think there's a pointed one. Not the broad head one. You can't have
Wow,
broad heads
that's
in
too- that's
Singapore. That's too much.
Right,
Yeah.
What's a broadhead?
So broadhead is actually used for hunting.
Oh.
And hunting is illegal in Singapore. So we can't have that.
But theoretically, if you take the Decathlon one,
Yeah.
you take the Decathlon bow and the Decathlon arrow, right? And I happen to aim it at John Paul, and I let go.
I will catch it lah.
Harry Houdini.
Will we hurt him?
It depends on the distance, I guess.
Depends on your strength.
Yeah, and also your strength.
The further,
yeah.
the better.
And the aim also
or the
lah.
further,
You
the
must
worse.
aim properly.
Let's say I aim right.
Yeah. If you aim right and then there's a distance and then the bow
Like, what's a good distance?
a good distance.
Wait, that's so specific. These questions are not
You're gonna beep it out. Yeah, I don't want to get into trouble.
You just tell us the distance we beat.
Okay.
I want to know.
I think you should somewhere,
I need to check the price now. What is it?
I know his address. I'll send you later.
Okay.
We're just gonna show up with both arrows tomorrow. Like.
You won't even see.
We're doing team bonding right tomorrow.
Idea.
Okay, so educate me, because you just now you mentioned you do it sitting down, right?
Yep.
So then why is there still a separation for the W1,
Okay, because it's the severity of the condition that they have
which affects the shooting?
which affect their shooting.
okay,
So
okay.
the rules between WN and open is actually pretty different.
Oh,
But the rules between the open category and the able is the same.
So everybody else has to will sit down also.
No, some of them will stand up, some of them will sit down. So we do have like assistive devices.
Right.
So for myself, my assistive device is actually my shooting stool.
is this special? Like this stool is like can bring home one.
Okay, yeah, it can be. It
Like
can
everybody
be
brings
It's like
their
your
own
stool lah.
No,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
you know
my
the
stool.
horse riding people. They have to bring their own horse to wherever they go.
That kind of a live thing. Lah.
No, so I'm wondering whether it's like a special thing.
Oh yeah, it is a special stool. I mean, when I first started out, I only got my stool from like Courts and IKEA, and it break down very easily. Yeah. But
You
then,
go to the guy then like, which stool is good for archery?
yeah. But then after getting into the spec scholarship, then we have like support from biomechanics and physiology. So they actually make a stool for me, like a $1,000 stool.
Whoa, custom.
Yeah, it's custom made, and it works wonders. Yeah, so it really helps with my performance
Right.
at the shooting
Does your stool
line.
have a name? I feel like I should give your stool a name.
I know, right? We haven't named the stool yet.
Time to brainstorm, guys.
You're the kind of guy that will name your body
I
parts.
name everything. Yeah. Right, left.
It's not,
never
not very.
Shanti Pereira, guys. Let's talk to Shanti Pereira.
Moving away from Jared's naming.
Yeah.
So how did you get into running, competitive running?
It was at my school sports day actually. Okay, I mean backstory is my sister was a national athlete around the time where I was in primary school. I always went down to the stadium to like watch her run and everything, and I kind of got inspired from there. I want to like copy her lah, be like her, you know. Then then my sports day was, it came around and I took part in the 100 and the 400. And the track and field coach was at the stadium when I won.
This was primary
I
school,
won the two competitions. Yeah, primary 3.
Then you won both.
Then I won both the 100 and 400.
I see.
Then he was like, okay, see you at track training next week. And I was like, okay. Cool. So I went down and then that's how I started lor.
But then how did that lead into like becoming a national athlete?
I mean, after primary school, I went to sports school, continued my whole track thing there, and I went to RP, and it was a through train program with sports school and Republic Poly, where I still, it was a different like schedule and everything. I still got to train every day, and my classes took place in the sports school campus, not at RP.
Oh.
Yeah, so the whole thing was catered to me being able to train towards major competitions lah.
Are the subjects that you take in sports school different, or is it just like everybody who like to do sports just
what's the
happen
difference
to go
between
there?
sports school?
Subject wise, it's the same, but all of us, I think maximum 8 subjects. Like we don't do more than that. Yeah.
Because for 9 what?
Yeah, there's
I
more
did
than
like
8,
5.
right?
Yeah,
No, there's no way you did 5. The minimum is like 6.
Yeah.
The minimum is like 6. There's no way you did 5.
They kick me out of Chinese.
You
but
do
yeah.
5, then your L1, R5 cannot even get.
Exactly. There's R1, R5.
That's why we go poly.
Yeah, that's why.
Anyway, we train every day. So it's not just like a CCA. It's something that like we're part of an academy. So it's part of the schedule every day. We go to school. And school starts a bit later because we train in the morning as well. It's not sweet. We still start early. We start at like 6 in the morning. We go to train and then we go to school. Whatever extra, stuff we have to do after school, like extra class or something, we
Right.
do that and then go for training and then go for dinner. And then we have supervised study time.
Yeah, it's
where,
quite
like, we go
crazy.
to
I
a
used to
hall
have a
and
friend
study.
that, like a classmate that was a national swimmer. So then it's like 5 a.m. onwards, right? She go and swim already. Swim,
not
swim.
sweet.
Then after that, come to school finish, then she go swim again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not sweet.
That's
not
like,
sweet.
yeah.
So there's no like traditional CCAs in the sports school, is it? It's like,
No.
hey, let's do choir or
Like, I
NPCC.
mean, no, yeah, it's all.
Imagine sports school sports day.
So we don't have a sports day.
That is so Like, every
don't
day is
have
sports
one.
day, okay, Shanti?
Sports day is the SEA Games.
I mean, we do have like certain competitions where we get to go overseas and stuff lah.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
that's. I mean, if you wanna consider that a sports day, but not really.
One more thing about sports school. How's your canteen like? Is it all healthy food one?
It's quite healthy lah. I mean,
Huh.
what do you
don't have
define
the fried food day,
healthy?
Yeah, where's the Western food store with like
Okay, no. There's like a balance. There's a balance for sure. Like some days there's like nice Western food, like fish fillet, chicken cutlet, that kind of thing. Yeah, every now
like
and
a
then.
cookhouse where they serve you a meal of the day kind of thing. It's not like
Yeah, it's not like
different
stalls.
It's like
Oh, so
army
you
like
don't-
that.
Yeah, so you take a tray and then you go down the line and then they just put the food for you. That kind
Fun
of thing. Yeah. So
Quite serious. And
Plus
you're
the
how old
morning
when
and
you start
evening
this?
training.
In the morning and evening.
You're
training.
12 when you start this, is it? 12
I
or
was 13,
Oh
sec
my
1.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we stay in boarding. So
What?
we are there from Monday to Thursday night. Friday night we go home. Sunday night we go back. Yeah.
Wow, it's like army.
I know.
It's like army. Why I didn't know that?
Yeah.
But did you ever get bored of running? Because now you at this point you've been running for what, 10 years maybe?
Actually, no. I think a lot of people have this misconception of what we actually do for training. I don't just run for 3 hours. Yeah. I mean, if you are a long distance runner, then yeah, a lot of your workouts involve, repetitions of like runs after runs after runs. But for
yeah.
sprinters, it's very power based. So a lot of what we do is, involves a large number of like rest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So like for example, like for speed days, I have speed and strength days. So that involves like me practicing on like the first 10 to 20 meters of my race, which is when I come out of the blocks and
Yeah.
I'm in a very awkward position. So that's something I need to practice. But then because that requires so much power, right? So I can't just keep doing that over and over again. If I do that a few times and I do other things during my session, then altogether 3 hours I'm doing a whole bunch of different things.
Wait, but I have a slightly more personal question because you mentioned
Sure.
that your sister was also a national athlete, right?
Yeah.
Was there any form of like that sibling rivalry?
Actually,
when you
never.
were-
We were never in the sport like together. Like when I was starting to come out in like the youth and junior teams, that's where she was like stopping already.
Was she competing the same categories as you?
Yeah, but she did more like 2 and 400 lah. Yeah,
Then you
mine
won't
is
go
1
like,
and
hey, my
2.
200 this timing,
Like,
No, never.
I just trash your records.
We very nice in this household. We very nice.
Okay, but serial, who is faster?
Is it just on timing?
What are you talking about? No, I heard that you guys even wrote a book together. Is it a children's book?
I have 2 sisters, so both of
Yes.
them wrote the book about
both
me.
of them wrote a book for you
Yeah.
because it's called Run Shanti.
Go Shanti, go. Run Shanti, run.
Close enough.
That's quite cute.
Mine's a Shopee version.
Because my older sister, she's a childhood educator lah. She's a preschool principal, so she's really into
Right.
So it's the
this kind of
middle
thing.
one that is the runner.
Well, I have 3 siblings. I have a brother also.
Oh.
So it's the sister and sister that did the.
I see.
Yeah.
And your brother do what?
My brother's just living his life. What else?
One might think that he will be a sprinter too. So, Shahidah, how about your training? Like, is it just shooting arrows for 2 hours?
That's part of it. Yeah. So I train like 5 days a week. On alternate days we have gym sessions at the gym, and then on usual days we have 2 double sessions of archery training, and then there's also inclusive of all the sports intervention here and there.
Wait, sports intervention.
Yeah, so it's more of like testing. We do test. They do testing on us. So people like Biomech.
Wait,
We're not lab rats.
It sure sounds like it
There's a
right now.
benefit. There's a benefit.
It's a benefit for us. Yeah. So basically, the whole idea of the testing is to figure out how we can work the body even better, perform even better in competition. So things like, would there be like any changes in the technique that will make me shoot a lot better?
Is there an example, like something very small or like something that you didn't realize would make a difference, but actually when you tried it, it did?
Let's see. I think the stool is one of them. Yeah, so we actually tested out between a normal IKEA stool and the stool that they created, and then we look at the height of the stool and what is optimal for me to shoot in. From there, we can actually like kind of figure out like on competition, this is the height that we should be using.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like athlete R&D lah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are shooting like how many arrows a day or a week?
It depends on the training plan. So I can shoot between 120 to 200 arrows per session.
At your level, is every shot going into the middle?
Yeah, I probably now I think about 80 to 90% of
So
the
then
time.
what is the improvement? Like what?
More arrows at the center.
95%.
Right.
Yeah.
So in competition, how is it?
Competition, definitely there's a lot of pressure because you're shooting with other people, other opponents. There's different weather conditions as well. Sometimes you can experience pretty cold weathers, very strong winds. So that's something that in order for us to prepare for this kind of condition, we try to do it in Singapore. So we sometimes do testing in the physiology lab with all the fans and,
just turn on all
temperature. Yeah.
No, they have
temperature.
those really big.
Yeah, those industrial fans kind of. Yeah. So
In the environment chamber, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds amazing.
An environment chamber.
Yeah.
So we try to mimic as much as possible and then try to adjust accordingly.
So you guys were mentioning a lot of, pretty smooth sailing in terms of your career, right? But I'm just wanted to find out if there were any, what's the lowest points in your career?
Not very smooth sailing. Ever since SEA Games in 2015, I wasn't able to uphold that same status. 2017, 2019, I didn't manage to win the gold again. Yeah, I got bronze, which is okay, but not
Was
the
it
same.
because you were slow or other people were faster?
Other people faster.
Right.
Yeah.
As in, so you kind of hit a plateau?
Yeah, I guess that I reached there was a whole 6-7 years, so I just wasn't improving. I wasn't getting personal best and stuff like that.
Right.
So that was hard. And then I think biggest was after uni, because it was right around the time of COVID and there wasn't many competitions happening also. The whole world kind of came to a pause almost, right? So it was just a very strange time. And so because I didn't really get much chances to compete. And I didn't really want to pursue what I did in uni. So a bit of what do I do with my life?
Crisis,
identity crisis kind of situation. Because I wasn't doing well in track also ma. So if I'm not good in that and I don't know what to do, then who am I? So that was very tough to overcome.
That's very interesting because I think Michael Phelps or someone did a bunch of the Olympians, they did the documentary that's called, I think, The Weight of Gold. And then he was talking about how people see him as this guy who's on top of the world, right? He's winning 4 medals every single Olympics and all that. But then he felt that a lot of them behind the scenes, they were actually struggling with depression because out of the pool, he said he didn't know who he was. When he was not swimming, right? Or when he wasn't swimming well, he just doesn't know who he is. And then when it came to a point where I think he was considering retirement or that, he also don't know what to do with his life or who he even is.
So does that scare you in the sense that if there is an effective age for sprinting, then if this is the identity, then what's after that age, what is it going to be?
Well, before this year, honestly, I thought the lifespan was a lot shorter. But then now I think it's becoming more apparent that people are pursuing their sport until whenever they want to
As long as we keep winning
you
gold.
do you, if you can keep it up, if you can, keep that mindset, then it doesn't really matter how old you are, So now, that I am where I am, I think I can definitely give it a lot. I have a lot more years left in me.
How about for you?
Yeah.
I think my first lowest point was definitely be 2018 that I experienced my first slump. I had series of injuries in 2018, especially on my wrist. Up to the point I think when I represented for Singapore for my first Asian Para Games in Jakarta, I didn't do so well. When I came back to Singapore after that games, the doctor said that I think you need to retire from the sport. Yeah, you need to retire from the sport because if you still continue with the sport, your injury when it recurs again, it'll get more serious. It was very depressing to actually hear from a medical
professional.
Side. Yeah, and at that time I was I got so much to give and now I have to think about retirement and it was quite sudden. So I was depressed for a bit and I had support from my family and my friends. They said just continue, see, try to to recover. The physical recovery is a lot faster. It's the mental recovery that actually requires a lot more time.
Mental recovery is in the fear of injuring it again.
Fear of injury, also the anxiety of whether I can perform as well as before.
Yeah.
And I was really lucky because at that point of time, I had a change of coach. So I have the current coach, Coach Chin Liang, who has been now with me for 4 years. And he has been the one that helping me to get back on track. Because of his help, I was able to do better in 2019, and that's restart my my journey again.
Understatement, you won the world championship that year. Yeah.
Oh, then, that's okay. Calm down.
But what was the difference?
I think it's the coach. The coach actually makes a lot of difference. Yeah. Shout out.
Coach.
Yeah. Coach Chin Liang, right? He's the type that he likes open communication. And I think after 4 years, to the point that we know each other what we are thinking. Yeah. Even if we don't say it, both of us kind of know, like, okay, I know what you're thinking, and he knows what I'm thinking.
What's like the kind of feedback that you would give him? Actually, I don't want to do exercise. Not this one. Let's try another one.
For example, if I'm really, really tired and I feel burnout, it's comfortable for me to actually tell him that, hey, I'm actually feeling a bit of burnout. And then he'll say, okay, you want to take a break from training? Just, recover from that burnout first. From my previous coaches, it's very hard to actually say, hey, I'm having burnout. And then the coach say, no, you have to go training no matter what. But yeah. Coach Chin Liang, he's different.
Shout out to Coach Chin Liang. Yeah.
Okay.
She just gave a very good story. Okay. So just to wrap things up, right? So what's next for both of you?
The next big thing is Paris next year. Paris Olympics. Yeah. So that's like the Sorry, I always just say Paris.
Yeah.
Paris Olympics. That is gonna be the only major competition I have next year.
Nice enough. Olympics.
No, yeah,
A good one to have.
One time good one next year.
Yeah, this year you had like 4,
Whereas
right?
this year was crazy. I had 4 major competitions.
Crazy.
Right. And how far ahead do you start training?
So I mean, it comes with phases, right? So like for these 2 months, it's gonna be like general conditioning and.
But it's Christmas.
But there will be like an intense.
I have training
right? Like a camp of sorts.
That depends, So yeah, I'll have some training camps here and there. Most probably like in February, March. That's where I'll like start traveling overseas for training.
Yeah.
Right.
And I need to start my season competing also lah. So that will just be like flying everywhere to different places.
Fun.
And then the aim is to peak at Paris.
Peak at Paris.
Peak at Paris.
Peak at Paris. Shahidah.
Next year, definitely the Paris Paralympics. Yeah.
Okay.
So I will end my season this year with the Asian Para Champs in November. So I'll be flying off again in like 1.5 weeks time. And then next year will be a new season. Definitely going to have some training camps, hopefully participating in more competitions, both able and para, in preparation for Paris. Yep.
All right. Best of luck to both of you, I guess. All right, and that's it for today. This episode was brought to you by Team Singapore. So big thank you to them. And of course, Shanti and Shahidah for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We hope that today's episode has helped you learn a little more about our national athletes. And if you want to follow Shanti and Syahidah's ongoing journeys, you can follow them on Instagram. For the latest news and updates on all our Singaporean athletes, you can also follow Team Singapore on their socials as well. So that's all for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
All right.
A bit of a crack. A bit of a crack.
So what's your cheat meal?
My cheat meal. You know the amount of times I get asked this question. I mean 2 lah. One is toast box curry chicken. I love it.
Toast box curry chicken.
Oh, my mom
It's-
loves it.
I love it. And like McSpicy lah from McDonald's.
Double?
No, normal. No. Add cheese, yes.
You don't know what you're missing?
Add cheese, add
And
cheese.
cheese, and cheese.
I just told Shanti Pereira she doesn't have cheese.